Hello and welcome to Ballooniversity number 2. So we're actually going to teach you to make something this time. I'm going to use a 260 balloon, doesn't matter what colour. So like we said in the first video, the different sizes, this is a 260 this time, and inflate it. Now something very important when you're inflating balloons, you hardly ever, or I should say, let's go with never, inflate it to the very, very tip. When you're an advanced balloon modeler, balloon artist, you might need to go to the very, very end of the balloon sometimes. But for the vast majority of it, you don't fill it all the way to the end. Okay, you're going to leave some space there, and that gives some room to let the air move up the balloon. Okay, so we're going to inflate this. It might be off camera, but we're just going to inflate this for a second. Okay. I've probably left a little bit too much here. Before I show you how much I've left on the end of the balloon, I'm just going to show you about tying knots. I know when I first started doing balloons, tying the knots was the hardest thing to do. So I'm going to show you how I do it. What the balloon makers actually do, what the companies that make the balloons do, they actually make the nozzles a little bit thicker. So the nozzles are a little bit thicker, they're a little bit more stretchy than the rest of the balloon is. So you should have nice amount of stretchy balloon at the end of the balloon, and you're going to wrap it around your two fingers, bring it underneath, and that gives you lots of space. If you use two fingers to wrap it around, it leaves a lot of space there. You can pull your fingers out and just pull it nice and tight, and you've got a nice balloon to use like that. We're going to show you the other end now. This is how much air I left. I left maybe, let's see, 2 or 3 fingers. If you measure 2 or 3 fingers up, it's about 2 or 3 fingers full. You could probably leave less than that, to be honest. I've done a bit too much there. But we're going to make a nice simple sword. What we're going to do with all these Ballooniversity videos is we're going to show you a basic model, and then we're going to show you how to make that model cool and take it to the next level. So this is a basic, easy to do sword, and then we're going to show you a really cool sword. So here we go. When you're doing balloon modeling, you start from the end with the nozzle. Always start from the end with the nozzle, and we're going to make a little bubble to start off with. What I'm going to do, I'm going to squeeze down with my left hand like that, and I'm going to twist the balloon with my left hand. The right hand is just holding the bubble in place, and you want to give it a good 2 or 3 twists to make sure it's really in there. You can't let go of this because it's going to come undone. We're going to fold it in half, fold it over, and you're going to make a little loop. So the little loop there, it's about enough to fit in my hand. Again, with balloon modeling, the sizes of everything doesn't really matter. You can make it a slightly different size. And to be honest, that's kind of the fun about balloons, is they can be different sizes. And often when you think you've made a mistake, that's often when you find something really cool that you can actually do instead. So we've got a little fold there in the balloon. We're going to twist that together. So this time I'm actually going to squeeze it together with my right hand while twisting with my left hand, okay? There we go. And what that does, that locks everything together. So now I can let go, and that's going to all stay in place and make sure it's all fine, just like that. What we're going to do is gently squeeze the balloon now, because this is very hard. There's lots of air there. You want to squeeze the balloon, and that's going to push the air down to the tail where we left some space. So you can just give that a couple of squeezes, and it pushes the air down. And now we're going to make a string of 5 bubbles. Now this is quite a tricky skill. The most important thing to remember is to make sure you hold on to the bubbles, okay? They don't have to be very big bubbles. They're going to be small bubbles. So there's 1. Okay, what I'm doing is squeezing with my left hand and twisting with my left hand. There's 2, 3, and you notice with my right hand I'm holding the bubbles so they can't go anywhere, okay? We've got 4, and we're going for 1 more, okay? 5. There we go, 5 bubbles. Now I don't let go of that. What I'm going to do is feed the end of the balloon through this loop. So feed the end of the balloon through the loop, pull it all the way through, and you get this really cool sword figure at the end of it. You can even tuck that in if you want. There we go. Really, really cool sword. It's like a cutlass sword, like a pirate sword. You've got the bubbles going over the knuckles to protect the hand, and then the sword going up. Real simple stuff, just a few twists, but it gets you used to making a string of bubbles, and you've got a really cool sword out of 1 balloon. So what we're going to move on to next is showing you how to make a really cool sword. It uses 2 balloons, okay? So I'm going to get rid of this. There we go. And we're going to use another 260. I'm going for black this time. Again, you can use any colour. And you don't need all the balloon this time. So we're just going to inflate a fair bit up. There we go. And tie it again around 2 fingers and twist it off. So there's a black 260. And you're going to need another balloon as well. We're also going to use a 350 balloon. So like I said in balloon number 1, there's different sizes. We're going to use a 350 for this one. Not really doing any twisting with it. I'm using a silver colour, but you can use any colour you like. And all we're going to do is add the black one down the bottom here to make a handle for the sword. So we're going to need to do a pinch twist. A pinch twist's really, really easy to do, but they're really important, okay? So we're going to do it here. So we're going to start at the nozzle end, and you're just going to make a bubble, okay? It's a bubble, it's about 2 fingers large, this bubble. You can do 2 fingers round it. What you're going to do is take the nozzle. You're going to take the nozzle, and you're going to bring the nozzle, fold it down, back to the balloon, okay? Now, this is called a pinch twist. And it's a very descriptive term because you're going to pinch and twist, okay? So you pinch that bubble, and you can be quite rough. If you're using Qualitex balloons, Sempertex balloons, you should find that they can take this. Cheaper balloons will probably pop. So you can pinch that and just twist it together whilst holding on to that nozzle. Give it a good few twists, and then you get this lovely, like kidney bean shaped bubble. And they're brilliant, brilliant bubbles. They're great for changing direction and for locking things together. You're going to find during all these Ballooniversity videos, we're going to come back to this and use it a lot. So I might show you that again in the future as well. Right, very easy now. We're going to take our 350. We're going to put the 260 on top, and we're just going to wrap the 260 around the 350. Sorry if that's out of shot for you guys. I'll try and show you in a minute, okay? So we're going to wrap it around. So all I've done, I've literally wrapped it around and then twisted it back at the pinch twist there. Now what we're going to do is bring this down. So you want a bubble about the same size of the hand to come down, okay? And then we're going to put another pinch twist at the bottom. So I would say just leave the 350 alone. You don't need to do anything with it. And we're going to make another bubble. And then remember, fold it down, and then you're going to pinch and twist. So pinch and twist. Okay, and then again, I'm going to wrap this around the 350 and twist that back into that pinch twist. Okay, and you've just got to be rough with them. Don't be worried about them popping. Balloons pop, it happens sometimes. You just have to get over that. Let's have a look, here we go. And then we're going to make one more big bubble to go back up to that first pinch twist. So we've got the first pinch twist at the top, the new one we've just done at the bottom, and we're going to make one more big bubble to go back up to the top. Like that. And there we have it. You can get rid of this. You can just put your scissors at the end and cut off a bit at the end if you like. Tie it off and then cut it off again. I'm just going to do this. Get rid of it. Okay, so there we go. This is a ginormous sword now. So you hold it down there at the bottom. You've got a nice big handle, and this huge, it probably goes off the camera, this huge sword goes all the way up, and it's absolutely huge. This is a cool sword, but again, really, really simple, really easy to use. We compare it to that first sword we make, and look at the size difference, you know. Bigger is better when it comes to balloons. This is going to be huge. So there we go. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you were able to follow along. You can leave some comments down there if you've got any questions. Please ask them. And we'll see you again for another video soon. See you, guys.